Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. It's Lizzie the Lightworker here. How's everybody doing? Welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're returning to me. Today I'm focusing on a reading for Taurus, and this is going to be if you are able to heal a relationship, okay? It could be for family or a friend, but I'm going to focus a little bit more on the romantic aspect, and it could resonate for twin flame or high-level soulmate connections as well. And we're going to talk about how they feel, this person in your life, how you feel, energies that are being carried. We'll talk about maybe some of their shadowy things that interfere in this connection or that cause disharmony. And then we'll talk about sort of some soul's lessons or learning, because I do feel like that's so important, and it's a theme that comes up in a lot of my readings, but believe me when I say it's important. And then we'll talk about near future, distant future. We'll get some timings. We'll pull in any other cards that I feel, maybe some messages from guides, and all that and more. So if you'd like to hear all of the messages, make sure you stick around all the way till the end. And why not hit that subscribe button so you can see more readings like this on a weekly basis. So I'm going to span out some of my cards here, and I'm going to shuffle one time. Get some energies here. How are you feeling? Okay. I am going to use my Divine Masculine and my Divine Feminine shadow decks because I feel like they will be helpful in this connection, but this connection could be for two females or two males. It all depends on how you resonate in the energy. So how are you feeling? So you're feeling like this always burning feeling. I feel like you can't move on from this person at all. And if you're finding this video with the question of can this be healed, I feel like you feel like it can be. You're carrying a torch for this person, okay? It's sort of like never letting go of that fire, okay? You feel this fire with this person. You have never felt this with anyone else, and you don't want it with anyone else, okay? So sometimes when this card comes up, I do feel that this is twin flame. So you could be finding this video and wondering about your twin flame. You could be in separation, or you could be having some trials or tribulations. But yeah, you have the energy of like this always burning feeling for them. Desire is always there, okay? So let's see what else we get here for you. And then we'll see how they're feeling, okay? Let's see what we get. We've got transmutation. So I feel like you're meant to transmute, which really means change energy about the way you feel about this connection, okay? I don't know if it's stagnant. I don't know if it's like a never changing type of a connection, like where it never really changes. It never really evolves. I feel like you're meant to transmute, like to change the energy in this connection, whether it's you're going to pursue more of a connection with this person, or you're going to maybe possibly even might be thinking about walking away at this time. So yeah, you're meant to transform this energy into more of a beneficial energy, whether it's you needed to learn a lesson from this person, or there needs to be more energy put into this connection, but not from you, from them. And we've got head above water. So I feel like you're drowning in these emotions. Maybe you're trying to stay positive for this connection, but it's taxing on you. It's like treading water. It's like you're using a lot of energy to sort of keep yourself afloat in this connection. Yeah, you're being a little bit of a martyr for love. So when this card comes up, I feel like it's somebody who just sacrifices a bit too much for the other part of the connection. This person may not be as invested as you are. I feel like you are more invested, and you would remain more invested whether it hurts you or not. Because I feel like you are putting more out there to ensure the survival of this connection. They're feeling unreceptive. And I got another one. We've got making peace. Okay, so we're going to put that one aside. So they're unreceptive. It may be that they just don't understand the way you feel. It could be that in the past there was things that they said or wanted that they didn't get, so now they're unreceptive. It could be that, you know, you want to talk and you want to make strides and you want to make progress, and they just don't have the energy to return to you. Like, your energy is more like undying love, and I feel like their energy is more like they're afraid. Yeah, we've got emotional damage. So they feel like maybe they're not expressing themselves. I feel like this person hides the way they feel, like they hide their emotions. I feel like it's a learned behavior for them, like something that they've always done. They don't cop to their feelings. They don't let you know their true feelings. They hide their fears. They hide their sorrows. They hide, their pain. Okay. I feel like they don't know how to do this. I feel like it's a sort of a thing about emotional maturity as well. I feel like they kind of lack it, or they're stunted somewhere, where they can't let their emotions surface. They're afraid to let their emotions surface. But we've got breakthrough, and I am going to go back to this card here about making peace. So I feel like there is a question of, can this be healed? All right. I feel like this person does want it, but I feel like the breakthroughs that they make may be just minor breakthroughs in life. Okay. Breakthrough, I feel like they know they don't want to lose you either. Breakthrough, I feel like they have made minimal progress, but they feel like it's monumental progress. So what your version of progress is different from their version of progress. And I also feel like they are trying to make peace with themselves and make a peaceful existence and a peaceful future. And that I don't know right off the bat. I'm going to pull more cards if that has to do with the relationship or the connection you have with this person, or if it's for themselves, because I feel like a self-healing thing is what is needed here. So the next thing that I'm going to go, now this is one of the decks that I created. It's called my Mirror of Shadows. So I want to see what have you each mirrored to each other, okay? And these will keep them open. You can resonate either way. So I feel like, what has this person mirrored to you? Okay, what have they mirrored to you? They mirrored safety wounds to you. I have hard emotions because I never felt safe. So they mirrored some safety wounds to you. So that's really your wound, okay? So in this relationship, and I'm going to put that card aside for them, in this relationship or this connection, they opened up things from the past, maybe where you never felt safe. You never felt like you could trust people. Maybe people in your own family, you could have grown up with a lot of distrustful people or people that were unstable, okay, and caused you to believe that the world is unsafe. And it caused you to go into relationships and always sort of have this hanging over where you're fearful that you're not safe loving, not safe with your secrets, not safe with your emotions. A lot of things like that come up with that. It could be that, you had an abusive childhood or abusive relationship that now, you sort of have some issues with trusting yourself, trusting your own emotions, and trusting that someone feels the same way that you do about you. In other words, if they're telling you they love you and they're invested, you may have a difficult time believing that out of fear that, something could not be safe, like a fail safe, and the bottom will fall out and you'll be, left in the middle of nowhere, if that makes any sense. And what did you mirror to them? Fear of loss and grief. I don't get attached easily because I've dealt with a lot of loss. This person may have gone through a significant loss recently, like a death or something really painful. It could have even been a job or something that was very significant, or it could be they've had a lot of loss and grief their entire life. They also mirrored this to you. So it could be that you've both had a lot of loss and grief, and it has changed your perspectives about love and life, and also wanting security. So one of you could want security more than the other. This person, I feel like they have just dealt with a lot of things that didn't go their way. They've dealt with a lot of failure type things, a lot of grief things that cause them grief or pain or sadness, okay? That's what I'm picking up. So what I would like to talk about is sort of, where did this disharmony come from? Like, what did it come out of? Like, where did it come from? Okay. So for that, I know there'll be a lesson attached to it. So these are soul journey cards and soul's journey. Let's get out. Look, we've got loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So this sort of disharmony came from loneliness. Now, you could be in a relationship with somebody and feel very lonely. If they're lacking giving you what you need, okay? If they're lacking giving you the connection, the connectedness, okay, like feeling like present with somebody. You could be alone in a room together and feel like you're alone. Does that make any sense? Like, this person would make you maybe feel alone, okay? Even though you're together, it could also be there was distance between the two of you, like a long distance relationship. That's very possible. Or it could be that they just created distance, okay? Their actions, their maybe failed promises, maybe some failures that they've had or failures that you've had could have created disharmony, could have created some boundaries that you didn't intend to put up, and that left you feeling very lonely. So there is a disconnect here, okay? That it could be that in the relationship you feel lonely with this person. Maybe they weren't going out with you. Maybe they weren't putting the effort. Maybe that was all along. It could be that they gave their attention to other people or other things. It could be that they have to do that now, and it has created disharmony. And it could be that you have to give your attention to other things and other people, and it created a loneliness for you by fulfilling other things for other people or yourself that put a strain on the relationship. But I'm getting a general feeling of a loneliness when that is like carried throughout the relationship. I feel like it may have increased is what I'm thinking or feeling here. So again, I would like to talk about some soul type lessons, some things that possibly both of you came here to learn. You know, come together, whether, like I said, your high level soulmates or your twin flames. Let's see, we got. So one of you was learning more about boundaries than the other, okay? And this is the deck that I created for soul lessons. Okay, so your soul is here to learn about boundaries. So one of you may have issues with boundaries, and boundaries are more complex than we think, okay? A boundary may be that we allow someone to grow at their own pace and do what they need to do in their own life for their own soul lessons, and not try to change them or push them into other things that we feel would be better for them. It could also be that you don't want boundaries in your relationship because this is what makes you feel close to somebody. To be able to go to them with everything that you feel unsettled about, or them to come to you with everything they feel unsettled about, and sort of have high expectations on each other, okay? And another one of you is here to honor soul contracts, or you're both here to honor soul contracts. And the other one of you has to deal with their intuition and how to trust their intuition. So we've got a soul contract popping up here now. So yeah, so one of you has to focus more on the intuition, and the other one is for boundaries. I mean, this could resonate for both, but I'm feeling like this soul connection, like I said, this could be twin flame, it could be karmic, or it could be a high level soulmate. So either way, there's a lot more depth to this now. So I would like to talk about what will happen down the line, because I feel like there are some things within this relationship that are troubled, that need to be worked out. And it could be for you all to come back together much stronger, or it could be for you both to finally learn these difficult lessons and move on, okay? It could be either way. So we're going to consult the Quantum Oracle for that. So the near future, we've got optimism. So this is sort of changing your attitude about things in life. It's sort of going into the future with like a bright outlook, a new attitude, like accepting a new direction and knowing that things cannot stay the same. It could be that you go off to do this on your own and find this for yourself, or that you find this within each other. But the energy has to change between the two of you. And we've got your higher self. So to know the truth in your heart, okay? You know the truth in your heart. It's for you to use that wisdom within and the truth in your heart to go forward into a new, more positive mindset and a new, more positive direction. That could be the core of the healing part. Okay, it could be that you have to each heal individually in order to heal this relationship. Okay, so let's get one more card for that. Let's see what we get. And then we'll get into sort of timings. Yeah, we've got Sacred Temple. So these are things from the past between the two of you. I feel like if you feel like right now you can't walk away from this person and you don't know why, it's because you are either soulmates or twin flames. There is a soul connection here. I don't sense things about karma because I feel like this relationship is actually beneficial for teaching. This connection is good for teaching. So I feel like that's the core of this. It's sort of like the seat to your soul here. This is where all your past life things are stored. All the mistakes of the past and all the good of the past. All the things you've learned thus far and all the things you need to continue to learn. So there are soul lessons. Absolutely. That is just confirmation of the soul lesson cards that we pulled earlier. Okay. So now let's get into some things that your guides would like you to do, okay? Let's talk about some things, some messages from your guides, some things that they would like you to do, okay? Moving forward with the advice, because we're going to talk about the near future and we're going to talk about the distant future. We've got appreciation. So I feel like you were meant to appreciate this relationship even though it had its difficulties, and appreciate yourself and appreciate each other, okay? Your divine helpers, your guides want you to know that that is part of the connection. The reason of connection is to appreciate when you have love in your life, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not like, I feel like there shouldn't be conditions to love somebody. Okay, it's unconditional or not at all. Okay, and we've got exhaustion. Okay, so I feel like you may have exhausted almost every aspect of this connection and feeling like it's at the very end, but Spirit keeps challenging you to sort of learn these lessons, learn what we've talked about here, because I feel like if you don't learn it with this person, you're going to learn it with somebody else and have to repeat it and have another difficult relationship with somebody else. And we've got grace and Holy Spirit. So I feel like, you know, you have a lot of good energy around this connection, but your guides really are trying to encourage you to learn between here. Now, what does this person make you most upset about? Or what do they agitate you most about or anger you most about? And if you can really answer that, then you'll sort of know. Like if you say, oh, they aggravate me because they never listen to me. But why would that bother you? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, why would it bother you that no one listens to you? Is it because you felt like you were never listened to your whole life, or that what you had to say was unimportant? That's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody makes you angry all the time, why are they making you angry? What are they doing specifically that is making you angry? Why are you either putting up with it, or why are you allowing it to eat away at you? There's always like a big lesson. Okay. And look, we've got loss. Okay, so we've got healer guides. Now it could be that, like I said in the beginning, one of you came into each other's life to help with loss and grief. Okay, so I do again feel like one of you may have suffered with a loss, a personal loss, or a loss of a family member, or loss all your life, deaths and grief and things that were failures and things that sort of get you down. So I feel like you're supposed to elevate each other. You're supposed to help each other with this. Now let's get some timings, okay? Because now we'll talk about the distant future and what can we expect for healing within this union, connection, relationship. And we got the near future. I mean, we were talking about it. There we go. So the deck heard us. So what can we expect in this connection in the near future? We've got improving health. That could be physical health or mental health, okay? Could be that there's some issues with anxiety or depression that need to be addressed. And we've got ask for help from others. So it could be that you need to bring others into this, like possibly counseling to seek for yourself, or somebody might need grief counseling, or a push to do it, or they may need help in their life with job, career, a move, something like that. And we've got get more information, which could have to do with meditation and sort of asking yourself, your higher self, like we had got in the beginning of the reading, or meditating on an answer or question and asking yourself, and what is the first answer that pops to yourself? It could be too that you need to know more before you make a major decision about this connection. We've got let go. So I feel like no matter what's going on right now, you sort of have to surrender the idea of outcomes, okay? I feel like being focused on that is taking away your attention from learning the lessons that you need to learn here, or at least considering what's been said here as information from spirit to you to help you, okay? Not to upset you, not to make you feel like, oh, nothing ever works out, or this isn't going to go my way. It's to help you. And we've got unlikely. So I don't know if, you were hoping on this person to change, or hoping that something within the relationship was going to change without doing anything. That's unlikely. You're going to have to do the work if you want this to change. And what I'm getting is that do the work on yourself first and let them do the work. If they're not going to meet your expectation and you can't meet theirs, I feel like there's just an imbalance here. Like, I feel like one of you wants the other to be something that they could never be. And what Spirit is saying is you have to love them this way because they just can't be. Okay, they can't be exactly what you want them to be, or maybe you can't be what they want you to be. Okay, and the last card we're getting is be assertive. So it may be that you need to come to some type of a compromise with this person, okay? And if you both can admit that you have a lot of healing to do, and if you're willing to help each other without having ties, expectations, like romantic tie, like nail you down commitment expectations, I feel like you both can heal and this relationship can be saved. But if you have expectations and ego things or things that you really want out of this person that they may not be able to give you and vice versa, I feel like it won't be worth it for you to hold on to this, okay? Last card is communicate clearly. So yeah, we're getting for you to sort of speak your mind here, okay? Speak up, let them listen to you, you listen to them. Last card I'll pull is from my Angel Wisdom Oracle, and it'll be sort of like a message from angels sort of to tie this all up. Choosing not to choose is still a choice. Okay, so one of you is in more of a stuck energy. You might both be in different ways. I feel like there's a stubbornness here. It's like sort of being on a seesaw where it goes up and down and back and forth, and really more to like get off the seesaw and sort of make the choice that your heart pushes you to choose, what your heart tells you to choose. Okay. I hope that this was helpful, my beautiful, lovely souls. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button and share with your friends if you feel like this was a helpful video. And I will see you all in the next reading. Love and light.